What's up, YouTubers? This is Jim with Calibrated Chaos Aquatics. This is hopefully the first of many video logs to come. I'm a fish keeper, and there's a whole lot of channels out there. People with a lot of knowledge, a lot you can learn. People with a ton to offer. There's some really great channels out there. I'm a fan of several. I subscribe to several. I don't think there's any in this neck of the woods, though. I live in northeast New England, and I haven't found anything on YouTube, so I figured, what the heck, I'll give it a go, see what I can come up with. I'm new to it. I'm not a pro by any means. God, I think I started about a year ago. My kid got me a tank. This 60-gallon tank behind me was kind of a New Year's Day / Christmas present, and I had kept fish years ago. Wasn't really into it that much. I liked them. I had some cichlids. He kept trying to talk me into doing it. I dragged my feet. Well, once he got me started, I got hooked. MTS, multiple tank syndrome. So this ended up being the first. My oldest, I don't know if you could call it my most mature, because it's gone through about 3 incarnations since I originally set this up. Made a lot of mistakes on the way. Every mistake along the way. I don't think I've done anything right as I started, but it's a great way to learn, I guess. And from what I'm hearing and seeing, that's what we do. We play around, we experiment, we see what works, we see what doesn't. Hopefully we watch a lot of YouTube videos ahead of time so that we can avoid some of these mistakes. And maybe that's why I'm making this, so that I can share some of my failures, some of my successes. This started out with the standard first tank. I had an inert substrate. I had a bunch of plastic or resin decorations. 2 days in, threw a whole bunch of fish in it. Surprisingly, most of them survived. I'm quite sure I didn't have the tank properly cycled, but I got lucky. They for the most part made it for a while. About a month in, some of the decorations I had these like Roman columns. In fact, I might have one here somewhere in behind me. I had these set up in the corners of the tank, and they were pretty cool looking. I liked them, but they have one small hole in the bottom. So over time, they slowly fill up with water, and that's what keeps them sunk. But that water doesn't move. And all of a sudden, a month in, all my fish started getting sick, dying. I had ick problems, maybe unrelated, but the water quality wasn't there. Something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. I wasn't sure what to do. Kind of panicked because I started losing fish. So I bought a 20-gallon tank. I threw some sand in it. I moved everybody in this tank, and at the time I think I had about 40 fish because I went way overboard. Like I said, just starting out and excited, made every mistake in the book. So I had like 40 fish in a 20-gallon tank. So I had like the span of a weekend where I think it was a long holiday weekend, and I tore this whole tank down, took everything out of it. When I was pulling these columns out, the water that came out of these smelled so disgusting that it made you sick. I'm pretty sure that the stagnant water was poisoning my tank, and that was what was causing my problem. I vowed then and there that I would never do the fake decorations again, that everything I did would be organic, real, live. This tank has no fake substances in it at all. Once I got into that, I started surfing YouTube videos and looking up aquascaping, trying to come up with ideas. I got hooked. I love planted tanks. I love doing hardscapes. I'm learning. I'm not great at it. I'm definitely not an Amano-style scaper. But I'm getting there, and I'm having a great time with it, and I'm creating a way better environment for my fish by doing so, I think. So I've overcome, God, I don't even know how many hurdles and obstacles in this. I've lost a lot of fish along the way, but thankfully some of these that are in this tank now were in the original batch. There are 5 red-eye tetras in here that were the first 5 fish I ever bought. They survived my poison water. They've survived, God, so many other mistakes. I've had blackbeard algae from putting plants that had it in this tank. I've had cyanobacteria in tanks. I've had hair algae. I've got so many algae problems. I think that has a lot to do with my water supply. I live in town. The water comes, I believe, from a reservoir. I think there's a lot of minerals in it. I use a tap water conditioner, dechlorinates, removes heavy metals. I don't think it does a good enough job. I think that's got a lot to do with it. The other thing I need to work on is learning my time frames with my lighting. I have a really good light on here. It's a fairly new Finnex Planted Plus SECC. So, middle of the year was like the newest model out there. Love the light, love the 24-hour cycle. It adds a whole cool dimension to your tank because the light ramps up and runs through a 24-hour cycle, so you get sunrise and high noon. And I'm sure anybody in the hobby has seen this light. It was kind of pricey, but really, every time you look at your tank throughout the day, it has a different appearance because the light is just that much different. Not sure it worked out great for my plants, so I'm currently just in highlight mode, and I think my problem with algae, part of it is that it's probably on too long, so that's what I'm going to try first. I'm going to try shortening up the duration that the tank is under highlight, and see what happens. I'll post a follow-up video and let you know how it goes. Probably going to be some other videos too. I have a couple other tanks active. I have, I think 5 or 6 tanks at the moment. Several of them sit empty because I live in a tiny little apartment with no space to set up my tanks. Town water, pretty sure the landlord would flip out if I was doing constant water changes in all these tanks. Need a bigger place, need my own place so that I can have a fish room. Goals. I guess this is going to wrap it up. I just kind of wanted to introduce myself, give you guys an idea of what I wanted to do. I'm sure this video is pretty choppy, pretty coarse. Like I said, it's my first time. Kind of just trying to figure out how to build a YouTube channel, see if there's interest in my area, see if we can build a community. There's a ton of these on the West Coast. Let's talk back to them. Let's create a group on our coast and get some followers, get some input, and maybe we can share some information and show them how we do it up here in the mountains. Thanks, guys.